Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the HDS-816 8 input 16 output HDMI Matrix. This product was engineered to make it incredibly easy for you to connect 8 different HDMI media devices to 16 high definition monitors at the same time while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit, using the included infrared remote control, by connecting it to your local network and opening a web browser so you can access the graphical user interface inside, or through a direct RS-232 connection to a local computer. The product fully supports 4K media content and is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with a wide range of modern media equipment. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand exactly how to use it. I'll list the features and functions that this product provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the HDS-816, full metal enclosure. It's got mounting holes on the front that you can slide it into a video rack and mount it there. You'll find a single 12-volt 3-amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this end into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar. This plugs directly into the DC input port in the rear, and you can finger tighten that collar to make sure it doesn't pop out. And that'll provide all the power you'll need for operation. You'll also find an RS-232 to USB-A cable. This end plugs into the back of the unit. The USB-A end can plug into any open USB-A port on your computer, so you can directly control the unit. You'll find an infrared remote control included as well, which makes it really easy to make your selections from quite a distance away from the product. And finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll want to understand to make sure you get the best value. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. This product features a full metal enclosure which makes it really durable and a great choice for both residential or commercial installations. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find these ventilation slots that are really designed to let any heat that develops during Operation Escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides that can be used with a bracketing kit to mount this up off the ground and out of the way if you choose to do that. On the front of the unit, you'll find 4 holes that can be used to mount this inside of a video rack if you have one of those available. To the left, you'll find a full digital display that lists the current status of the product. It's also used for walking through the programming if you'd like to change some of the configurations. To the right of that are 8 buttons labeled input. These control which of the inputs is currently being sent to the output. And there are also 16 output buttons that are used to select the display device. So to program this, you'll pick the input, pick the output. When you tap both of those buttons, whatever media content is on that input will be sent to the output you've selected. To the right of that are 6 more buttons. Starting in the upper left is an up, below that is a down. These can be used to step through the various configuration options when you're in the programming menu. To the right of that is an EDID button. You can tap that to walk through the various EDID options available for your input and output. Below that is an enter button. When you've made your selections in the configuration menu, you can tap the enter button to lock those in. On the upper right is a save button. If you have a configuration that you'll use again, you can tap the save button to save it so you can easily recall it later. And below that is a recall button that can be used to recall that saved configuration. Finally, to the right of that is an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from the remote control are picked up. So when you set this up in a media center or in a media cabinet, make sure that window is visible if you're using the remote control. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the bottom, you'll find 16 full-sized HDMI ports labeled output. These connect to the monitors you'd like to use for displaying the content. Above that are 8 more full-sized HDMI ports labeled input. These connect to the various media devices you'd like to share the content from with your output monitors. And on the top row, you'll find 2 RS-232 ports. You can connect this one to a local computer to actually make your selections from that computer. This one's used as a loop out in case you have another HDS-816 that you'd like to add to that network. To the right of that is a LAN port. You can connect this to your local network and open a web browser from anywhere on that network and simply point it towards the IP address of the 816. It'll open a graphical user interface and you can make your selections there. To the right of that is a DC 12-volt input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can plug that power supply into any standard wall outlet. The other end of that cord has a bullet connection on it. You'll plug it in right there, and you can finger tighten the collar. To the right of that is an on-off switch you can use to power the unit up and down. And finally, a ground connection to the right of that allows you to tie this to earth ground to eliminate any static possibilities. The OREI HDS-816 is compatible with most modern HDMI media sources, including digital projectors, game consoles, media players like Apple TV, computer systems, and streaming devices. The product's features include full support of 4K media content. It provides 8 HDMI inputs and 16 HDMI outputs. It is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant. It provides a web-based graphical user interface for control of your selections and includes an infrared blaster to make your selections easier from a distance away from the product. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up 3 small media players. 2 of them are displaying different images to make it easy to tell them apart, and the third one is looping a video. I've also set up a mini PC because I wanted to show you that you can easily mix and match a variety of media devices on this unit at the same time. And this is the media content that I'd like to display in my output monitors. Over here I've set up 4 high-definition displays as my output devices, and this is where I'd like to enjoy the content from those media devices. In front of me I have the HDS-816. Now this product can support a total of 8 media devices and up to 16 monitors, so you can greatly increase the number of devices that you're connecting to this unit. So the first connection I'll make is from the media device directly to the unit, and I've already connected 4 high-speed HDMI cables up to those media players and the computer, and I'll plug those into HDMI input port number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. And then I can connect up the output displays. I've connected 4 more high-speed HDMI cables up to the displays, and I'll plug those into HDMI output port number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. And it's really important that you use a high-quality HDMI cable to make all these connections, because this unit supports a very high resolution of 4K content, and that way you'll get the best possible resolution on your output monitor from your media devices. All we need now is power. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and I'll plug that directly into the DC input port in the rear. And now I can turn the unit on. It'll take a second to go through the power on self-test, and you'll hear a beep the minute it passes that. Now it's ready to go. It's checking the resolution of my media devices and the resolution of the monitors to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture, and there you go. So what you're viewing here is content from these media devices. Now the nice thing about a matrix like this is that I can redirect the inputs to any of the output displays by tapping the buttons on the front, using the remote, or through a LAN connection using the GUI, or even through a direct RS-232 connection to a local computer. And again, you can send the same input to all 16 displays, or you can mix and match as needed. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI HDS-816 8 input, 16 output HDMI Matrix helpful. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to share the output from 8 different HDMI media devices with 16 high-definition monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being directed to each one of those monitors at any given time by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit, or by using the remote control from quite a distance away from the product. You can even connect it to your local network and open a web browser on any computer connected to that same network to access the graphical user interface, or you can make a direct connection through an RS-232 port on the rear to a local computer. The product fully supports 4K media content, and it's both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug-and-play compatible with all of your modern media equipment. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.